Welcome back to the Potentialists. It's now or never. I'm here today to introduce to you not only a great friend, but this guy's just amazing. If you don't know him, I have no idea how you do not know this guy. He's been in South Florida for over, 20-something years. We met years ago. He is the mover and shaker. He knows basically every single celebrity. We were having a conversation before we started the show, and we were talking about he's one step away from calling any president. This is my friend, Mobile Mike.
My brother, what's up?
How you doing, man?
Great, bro. My longest relationship is you. 30 years with you and your wife.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been like 30 years, bro.
Yeah.
We started with hookitup.com. You had a dream and a vision. You came to the nightclubs we were doing on live broadcast. You had this little thing that printed out IDs. You would put the radio station logo on there and their picture, and those people still have those items to this day. It was very cool.
But you know what's funny? I'm glad you mentioned that. Yes, I had an idea and I had a vision, but you believed in it. A lot of people made fun of us, actually.
Yep, they did.
They thought we were insane. Why are you bringing cameras into the clubs? Why are you taking pictures of people? Long story short, out of all those people, we're the two ones that are standing.
We're still here. That would be last man standing.
Yeah, that's awesome. But Mike, you've done so much since we met over 30 years ago. You know, I mean, I don't know where even to start. You have one of the largest media companies. You have one of the largest connections when even hurricane relief systems that you've set up. I mean, there's just so much. Let's start with your media company, because that's basically where you started doing the Mobile Mic. You actually realized that I can actually create my own media company and take it to the next level. So what are you doing? What did you do? Tell me the process.
Just the process was giving back all the time, getting involved with local charities, national charities, and helping people, whether it's the American Cancer Society, Red Cross of North America, the Humane Society. It's just all truly about giving back. As you know, every time there's a hurricane, we're out there. Hurricane Ian hit. We've taken over 50 trucks over across to Lee County to all the needed areas. We still have people over there working, because if you've been over to Fort Myers Beach lately, it's still not been rebuilt. It's still a mess. It's very sad over there. Obviously, before that, we had Hurricane Michael up in the Panhandle. We took 4 trips up there with semi after semi, with local, state, and federal law enforcement just going into ground zero.
But you also did like the hurricane with Haiti, or
we did Haiti, obviously Haiti relief. When the earthquake happened years ago, we raised $560,000 for them during that. The Bahamas, Bahamas got wiped out. We did 2 big container ships, half of another container ship over to the Bahamas, into the people that truly needed it. It was just devastating to go over there and see the people that live there looting and rioting when we're trying to bring supplies in. So, there's certainly been a lot of disturbing things that's happened along the road, but that doesn't take our focus off the prize of just helping people that are genuinely in need.
And you always tap into that because it's a part of you. You've always wanted to help people. Why is it that you do it?
It gives me pleasure to give back and help people, because throughout the years, as you know, when we started at Power in the early 90s, during Thanksgiving, you would see people that had no turkeys. So we started immediately giving away every Thanksgiving 10,000 free turkeys. We'd go out to our sponsors and ask everybody to kick in a little bit of money, and we would deliver turkeys to their house if they couldn't come pick it up at the giveaway location over on 79th Street and 22 Avenue. Obviously, then we had during Thanksgiving Day, we would go out to the neighborhoods and we would serve hot, fresh food, because a lot of people didn't have kitchens and a place to be able to cook it. And that just continued on throughout the events that we created in the Keys, called Bartenders Bash, Hospitality Expo, which was all the people in the biz that would be off on a Monday, Tuesday. We'd invite them down the holiday aisle just to have a good time and release. We'd have partnerships with all the brands that would donate the products. We would just entertain people so they'd have a good time. And the list of events, from Taco Fest to Pizza Fest to Mediterranean Food and Wine, and on and on and on. It's all about the community and giving back and bringing people together.
But it all started from
an internship at Power 96.
Exactly. And no one believed in what it is you were doing, because there was no mobile guy doing radio that wasn't being done in the studio. Explain to us a little bit about that.
The same thing happened at MTV when we were doing MTV Spring Break in Daytona. They're like, no, you're going to sit here in this chair. You're going to do that. I go, no, I'm going to be out in the crowd. I'm going to be mixing it up with Pauly Shore and Mark Wahlberg and going to Razzles and 701 South and the Coliseum and creating the hype and the vibe for your next day's event. And they're like, what? That didn't even make sense. I went ahead and did it. Wasn't getting paid to do it, but it turned into something.
So you actually worked for free in the beginning.
Yeah, right, 100%.
How many
Same thing
years?
when I came down to Power. I was there 15, almost 16 years. My first 5 years at Power, I made nothing. I mean,
so how'd you survive?
basically on friends and putting little events together, making a few dollars where I could. And
You were like couch
the hustle was
surfing.
real.
You mentioned you were couch surfing
Yeah,
at one time.
that's a true story. I moved here with nothing, started from ground zero.
So when did this transition happen? Like when did you
I don't
start-
think it's happened yet.
No, but what I'm saying is when did you, I mean, you said for 5 years you made nothing.
Nothing,
But
zero.
you still believed in your
Still
dream.
believed in it, yeah.
You knew what was going to happen. You saw the vision.
I did.
So, after 5 years, you got your first check. How did that work?
It wasn't very much. It was like $223 a week. But I went to Enterprise Rent a Car back then. I talked the talk, walked the walk. I promised him this, and I gave him that, and it all worked out. The guy gave me a car. I went to Signs Now. I got a magnet for the car because at that point I had no budget to wrap a car, and it all kind of just evolved from there. I mean, then we created the Power 96 ice cream truck. Remember that?
Yeah.
And went to the venues, vendor to get free ice cream. So now we were out giving away free
But you
pizza
own
and free
these
ice-
trucks.
Yep.
It wasn't like the station was paying you to
No.
buy a vehicle or anything.
No.
This was your crazy
I
idea.
insured everything, covered everything, and
But then eventually you had a fleet of vehicles. I
we
remember.
did. We had 24 vehicles,
Yeah, but these were like ridiculous pimping vehicles. I'm talking about
all custom.
Yeah.
The wow factor. So when you go to an event,
my
the
favorite
kids
one
come
was
out,
like that big truck. What was it?
the monster truck.
The F4, F650.
No, you're thinking about the Freightliner sport chassis. That thing was a beast. Yeah.
So you would take these trucks and then you started.
Wrap 'em,
You
put
actually
sound
bought
systems on.
a wrapping company,
Yep.
t-shirt company.
So I could do my own.
So you did your own, and you would wrap them to market mobile mic or the actual advertisers.
Both. We had a combination. We would put 60% of the radio station on there, the mobile mic brand, and then whoever the sponsor was, whether it was Canner and Pintaluga, 411 Pain, Miami Lakes Auto Mall, Tito's Vodka. It didn't matter what it is. We would partnership up with various brands and promote them.
And then at that time, you already started making your own money. Basically, even though the radio stations would hire you, it wasn't enough to what it is you were making because you created a whole business, marketing business out of it,
The
right?
hustle was real. People would come to me and they'd want to buy marketing. So, because what they were doing wasn't working. They would buy commercials on the radio, spots on TV, and it wasn't just about that. We're in the newspaper, we're in the magazines, we're on the radio, we're on TVs, we're at events, we're on the streets, and those are the things that are going to drive traffic to your business. People jump on one radio station or put an ad in a newspaper, and they're like, "Why am I not busy? I don't get it." Well, you're only hitting 1% of the audience. You got to do a lot to get a little to build your brand. As you know, like you've done an incredible job over the years, but you understand diversification is everything. And we're a melting pot in South Florida. We're not just, you got to have an urban station, you got to have a country station, you got to have a rock station, CHR Top 40. It's just a melting pot of different people, and everybody likes something different. So you got to be appealable and attractive to everyone.
So you're basically allergic to a desk. Because I remember that even Deco Drive, and this is me saying it.
Yep.
I remember when they reached out to you and they wanted you to do the show, and you're like, "Yeah, but I'm a mobile guy."
Right.
So the radio station, same thing. They
And we did
offered
some
you
Deco interviews. We did some fun stuff.
No, but I'm
and-
saying they wanted you. I'm sure by this time, now that you're showing them your moves, they're like, "Why don't you just create a radio show?" And you were like, "No,
Certainly that's been discussed. Radio's not the same as it used to be.
no." But I'm saying when radio was great, I'm sure they offered you that opportunity. But
There's been
you're
many
like,
opportunities.
and you're like, "No, I want to be on the road."
and stay in my home in South Florida. This is my home. This is what I like to do. These are the people I know. These are the people I help. And the times have changed a lot, obviously, over the years. Certainly radio, television, general media has 100% changed. How we attract people, how we get to people, to events, how you get people in your business has changed. And just how to get people together, because there's a big separation these days.
Well, you know what I remember also? I remember that the last time I saw you, well, I've seen you many times, but one of the last times I saw you at a dealership and you were doing the promotions and you were doing social media when no one was on social media.
Right.
You were ahead of the game. You were like, you had hired this kid and he was doing all these tweets and all these pictures on LinkedIn and Facebook. You were thinking about it. You were ahead
Before
of the
it
curve.
happened.
Yeah.
Right. And everyone's like, what is social media? What are you doing? Nobody's there. And sure enough, everybody's there. I mean, so to speak.
Yeah.
There's certainly, if you have to change with the times, or the times change you. Not everybody gets that. Because
love that quote.
If they don't, if they're not like sitting at your table breaking bread with you, they're working against you. And that's always been the fight, no matter where I've been a part of, whatever broadcast group, whoever I was doing stuff with, a marketing company, they were always like, you'd come to the table with all these new ideas, and they're the ones getting paid all the money, and they couldn't come up with any new ideas. But yet, the businesses they're representing are struggling. To me, that's a problem. I don't come in. People charge $5,000 to $10,000 an hour to sit down with somebody and talk to them. You know what I charge? $0. If I can help you, great. If this can be a great relationship for both of us, I'm all in. But if we're going to be is fighting about money every day, you don't need my services. If we can have fun and make money, and you're going to listen to me, I'm going to listen to you. We're going to grow your business. Have fun doing it. I'm your guy. Anything less than that, I'm out.
One of the things about you is not just implementing ideas. You were actually come in with the idea and already a way for actually
Activating it.
So like when you said, I'm going to go ahead and do these trucks, you came with the trucks and you activated
During
it.
COVID,
Yeah.
radio, traditional media died. Everybody was staying home freaking out, and there was no way to hit anybody. The people that went out wanted to go out and have fun, but there's no way to reach those people. We created digital mobile marketing, LED trucks with special camera systems on them where we can retarget them. So I can by LPR license plate readers, we get their tag, and their tag will come back, and you can get their information from that. You can get facial recognition stuff, and then retarget them through Amazon.
So when everyone was complaining about COVID,
Yep.
you decided to open up a new business,
Yep.
a marketing business, again, getting out there, these LED trucks.
Getting in front of people and making noise. And again, coming up with a new way of marketing and advertising with digital mobile media. And it worked great. And during COVID, as you know, we did 800 feeding events. We teamed up with many local and national organizations to be out in the community 7 days a week from 6 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night, giving away free food. Because remember, a lot of people weren't working. The regular mom and pop people didn't have, they weren't working. They were furloughed. They didn't have money coming in. A lot of people needed food. So what did? We went out every single day, no questions asked, took no money, did it on our own, and gave away free food. Cars were lined up, as you already know, everywhere.
I remember seeing it all over this
Heartbreak. We were on CNN.
And the thing is that you do these things because you love to help people. That you get put on television, like interviews and so forth. That's not really what you're looking for, but it happens, right? But it's like at the end of the day, you really, truly love helping people.
It's in my heart and soul. I give people T-shirts 25, 30 years ago. They still have them. I mean, it's just, I get the messages on social and you're like, wow, I haven't seen you in 20 plus years, 15 years, 25 years. It's like still doing the same thing. Like, how you doing? I said, I get up every day. I'm blessed. Every day above ground's a good day. I tell people you can be on Miami Beach selling $100 bills for $5, but if nobody knows about it, you got nothing. People are advertising in the past or living in the past. And if you don't change with the times, like I said, the times will change you.
Yeah. And one thing you were mentioning is like at the end of the day, these media trucks, I know there's a lot of them out there, but yours are different.
They're sophisticated. They're high
Yours are
definition
different.
4K. They have sound. They're hyper local. They're geo targeted, and they're tailored to your campaign and your audience. So if you're in Miami Beach, you're in Coral Gables, you're in Coconut Grove, wherever you're at, and that truck goes by, it's targeting the local restaurant's message clearly to that person that's going to come in and enjoy a free dessert, a free drink, or a discounted meal, or whatever the offer is going to be. It's not something that you don't have to pay attention to. You're going to see it if you're in that area, and you're going to be an ultimate customer of that restaurant.
So it's not like they are hiring you to go ahead and put their advertisement on the trucks. You can actually show them the results.
GPS tracking, videos and pictures, recaps. And again, we can also retarget those customers through various AI technologies.
Oh, you guys are playing the game at a whole different level.
Yep. Well, we're doing what we can.
I don't know if we can talk about it, but you now have this thing going up that you're building these new solar vehicles. So is that something we can talk about or not yet?
It's on the way. What we're doing is we're coming up with a new way to transport people where there's parking problems along the various cities here in South Florida where you can't get your car somewhere. You have to park in a garage. We're going to be shuttling you around with electric vehicles with digital mobile marketing on top.
But these are not golf carts. These are state-of-the-art.
Yeah,
these vehicles are
futuristic.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be the next level of marketing and advertising. And you can get 8 people on these things, and you're going to have that message in your face. You're going to have 5G wireless networks built in and other AI technologies.
But you have one thing that none of these other vehicles do is that camera system, because with the law enforcement, you're able to do
AI. It's all about AI. The future is AI. AI has been here. It's finally, as everybody knows, Microsoft, Google, and 50 other companies are all now bringing this to the public. So AI is going to be a blessing and a curse. There's a lot of things that AI can do, like invading your privacy. People aren't going to like it, and duplicating people, if you will. But there's certain things that it does that are going to be great for businesses and traffic for local and national businesses. It's the future, 100%.
And one of the things is you truly love building relationships. Some of your relationships go back 20, 30 years, whatever the case is.
Yep.
Why is relationships so important?
because without a relationship, you're just a guy working for a big company and calling somebody, hey, this is John from Apple. We're going to come into your place. Say, okay, John, perfect. We'll get on the schedule next week. It's totally different. I have relationships from the White House to the poorhouse. It doesn't matter if they're a bum, they probably know me, and I treat them the same. Happy to take care of that same regular person who's struggling on the streets and having a rough time. We created a new segment that we're starting again next month that we do on and off. And that's going to be really good. We just go out to places where depressed, sad areas and just bring people groceries and different things. It's called the random act of kindness. Just going out to the neighborhoods and taking care and bringing people food, no questions asked, getting them a haircut, getting them clothes, getting them food, just basic things that people need. So even rich people, wealthy people like free stuff. And more importantly, the people that don't have anything are truly in need of those items.
That's great. So when you said random act of kindness, is that also you're funding the whole thing,
100%.
or do sometimes you get
100%.
donors?
Oh, we're going to get people. Our sponsors, advertisers, clients, community partners are always a part of those things. We don't take money. We don't charge them for that. It's just part of what we are, the value that we deliver to those people.
That is awesome. So where do you see yourself in the next couple of years?
Hawaii, Kanapali Beach, and Maui, laying
you'll
on the
never
beach.
do that.
No, you know me. I don't even
You'll
take a
never.
vacation in 3 years.
Yeah, you'll
I
never
haven't
do
taken a
that.
day off.
And when you do vacations, it's because you're building another business.
Right. I'm going somewhere to look at another opportunity. I do need to take a day off at some point.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like,
doing the same thing?
at home?
Certainly things are going to change.
Because you're always up to the latest and greatest, right? So anything that pops
Looking
up.
at other things right now, like the meeting we had this morning, we're not allowed to talk about. That's certainly very innovative. And I would love to take that concept not only out of the Miami area, I would like to take that across the country.
I see that.
Right. And it's all about partnerships.
So usually when you get an idea or someone presents something to you, you see a larger picture. You like to play big.
Right.
There's only one
Scope.
way to play, right?
Scope and reach.
Yeah, because as
100%.
soon as we had that meeting, you're like, what about Florida? What about Atlanta? What about if I start?
Vision. It's all about vision. Not everybody has vision. They're like nearsighted. They got their glasses on like this. I see the whole picture. A lot of people don't see the whole picture.
And do you see the whole picture, but you're also seeing who you can actually put together?
Who your end user is. Who are you talking to? Are you talking 18, 34, 12 plus, 25, 54? I mean, what is your exact geo-targeted campaign looking at? Because the people that just don't get it, they don't get it. And educating people is the biggest thing. But the problem is you educate somebody, they got people in their ear, then they convince them of something otherwise. Change is good. Change is amazing. The people who don't want change are the people you need to get rid of.
So how do you find time to do all these things?
I get up at 5:30. I go to the gym every morning, and I'm pretty much on the road till midnight every day.
Till midnight. So you get invited, because I know I've seen you in black tie events. I've seen you
all
in
the
all
time.
these
Host
galas.
everything.
So you're doing this. You're connecting with people. Reinforcing or rebuilding or just strengthening that
Reestablishing
relationship.
those relationships. I spend time with everybody
I
do
understand,
business
but
with.
you still got to run all these businesses.
Absolutely.
So you have the right team set in place.
It's
right?
about team and being involved in those decisions everywhere. Because when you deal with local, state, and federal law enforcement, firefighters, community leaders, politicians, government officials, all the city people I deal with, it's not just about you being their friend and knowing them for 25, 30 years. It's about you also making time for them a couple times a month to break bread and hang out. And we're not talking about office work. It's about the family. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? When I go out with these people, it doesn't matter who they are, whether attorneys or whoever they happen to be. It's just about connecting with them and just making them feel good about themselves. That's it. 99% of the time I go out, people, we're not talking about shop. We're not talking about something better. It's just about, good stuff. And those people need that leadership. It's been a tough, sad world we've lived in lately, especially, the sad tragedy that happened recently in Miami-Dade. And it's everywhere in the world. It's just, there's a lot of sadness, depression everywhere. And people are not living like they should live. And then stress is real and depression is real. And it's heartbreaking to see some of the things I see on a daily basis. And, there's an old saying, you can help some of the people some of the time, but you can't help all the time, because there's so many people in need right now that are suffering and struggling. Mental health is real. It's heartbreaking.
Every time we talk about it, I can see you get a little.
It's heartbreaking to see what people are going through. Bad relationships, bad business deals, bad whatever. Listen, if you're up here today and you have your health, you have everything. You're wealthy. You have your health, you pick up on your feet, start all over again.
But that's
Doesn't
not
matter.
what's being sold on social
Nope.
media.
No, it's
the
social
fancy
media is
cars
very
or this,
disturbing.
but it's not real.
No, it's not. It's fake news.
Yeah.
All these fake dating sites and these fake sites with the cars and the money, and that's not reality. that's a reality that maybe 1/4% of the world lives in. It's certainly not me. That's not how I roll. What I do, I give it all back.
So, Mike, real quick, you're in a position right now that you are basically living the life that a lot of people dream of. Even though you don't show it, you don't go around in fancy cars or anything. You're just,
Nope.
a laid back guy. But your position in life, you are wealthy. You're at a whole different level. But when is enough enough?
I'm just a regular person, just making a difference in the world every day. That's it. I mean, like I said, everything I do, I give back. I'm just a regular, normal person who dresses like a normal, regular person, who flies on a plane like a normal, regular person, who goes to dinner like a normal, regular person. I don't live, I don't act, I don't treat. I'm built differently. I always put everyone else in front of me. Everybody eats before me. We go to a barbecue, everybody eats before me. We go to an event, we all eat the same food. I was brought up a different way. And when you love what you do, you never worked a day in your life. I appreciate every day, and I appreciate the opportunity God gave me to be able to do what I do every day.
That's awesome. And I can feel it. It's not like you're
From the heart.
Yeah, you can feel it. So, Mike, thank you so much for being a part of this. Looking forward to doing a bunch of other podcasts with some of your connections.
Great people. We
and
just
so
had a
forth.
conference call with, and I want to remind everybody at home, please support law enforcement. Support your local police department, your state, your federal officers who work very hard to serve and protect us. They're going through tough times right now. The firefighters, people aren't getting out of the way of ambulances. These guys are out there working their butts off, and they're in a difficult position. So I just want to remind everybody at home, please support, law enforcement and, do the right thing in the community. And if you see something doing something wrong, see something, say something. There's always gonna be bad people in the world, but you can be a leader instead of a follower.
Yeah,
do the
don't
right
just
thing.
take out your phone and film something.
Right.
Do something.
Make a
about it.
difference. Make a difference, but be careful.
One last thing. How do they get in touch with Mobile Mike? Basically, Mobile Mike everywhere, right?
Yeah, it's simple. It's not about me advertising my brand. It's about just go to social media, follow me on Instagram, like Mobile Mike _. I'm on Facebook, Mobile Mike Promoting the Future, LinkedIn, as you know, Twitter, and all the other social
Well, I'm
media
not doing it for them
platforms.
to follow you,
Yeah.
to become fans and so forth, because a lot of companies that are listening to this might want to be able to advertise or whatever the case is. So the best way to find you is any social media platform.
Yep, just send us a
Just
message
reach
on
out to you.
social media is the best. You can reach out to my team. It's PR@mobilemikepr.com. You can go to mobilemike.com, which is a website, kind of see some of the stuff that we do. But it's all about community engagement. It always will be. Nothing will ever change if I won the lottery tomorrow, because he asked me in the past, if you won $1 billion, what would change? I said, nothing.
Nothing.
Not a thing.
Same thing
You know what?
with
I'd
me.
give back on a whole nother level. A whole nother level, and you'd be by my side full time. You wouldn't even have to do what you're doing. And we would just go out and help people. And we would travel more to other countries and just do that, because there's a lot of need in the world.
In the world. I agree. So, Mike, thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
So
Thank
much.
you for having me. We've got more coming up. This is the first day of many great days here at your
Love
wonderful
you. Love
studios.
what you're doing.
Thank you,
I am
brother.
so grateful to have you in my life. I mean,
God bless you and your
seeing
family.
Your success is just amazing, and knowing that we were part of it from the beginning, and it's just keep doing what you're doing, brother. Keep making it
Appreciate
happen.
more great announcements to come, and thank you guys for making me a part of it.
Well, for you guys, thank you for joining us. Looking forward to seeing you guys more often. If you found something that you really motivated you and moved you, make sure to press replay. And if not, share it with someone that may need to know what it is that we're doing over here. Again, my name is Bert Oliva, Cuban born, American made. I'll see you guys real soon.